Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. We also have Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at TPM Videos. Magic is often a word used to describe the Disney theme park experience. The Disney magic comes alive in many different ways on the dozens of attractions at Walt Disney World in Florida and Disneyland in California. The most magical attractions are usually the dark rides, since dark environments make it easier to manipulate various illusions that will trick the mind. On Instagram, we asked you what your favorite illusions and tricks are from Disney rides at Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and this list today was comprised by your responses. So while we look at many illusions and explain how some of these tricks are achieved, today we'll be counting down the top 10 Disney ride illusions and tricks. Number 10. The first ride we're going to take a look at is Navi River Journey at Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World. This ride is a great example of how physical sets and screens create the illusion that what you're seeing is a seamless canvas. About halfway through the ride, you'll find this little waterfall. It appears as though actual water is flowing down the rocks, but the flowing water is actually just a projection. With some bubbling of the physical water at the bottom, it creates the illusion that this is a real waterfall. Last year, a viewer named Maddie sent us a picture of Navi River Journey breaking down, and this gives you a great perspective on how the projection and physical sets blend together on the ride. Number 9. Heading over to Mickey's Toontown in Disneyland, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin brings you into the wacky world of Roger Rabbit. At the end of the ride, there's this little scene of Roger Rabbit opening the portable escape hole. And this illusion is achieved by a very simple trick. Right here on the left-hand side is a mirror that reflects the bricks from the other side, and the hole just gets pushed into the wall. As that motion's happening, it tricks our mind into thinking that it's moving horizontally towards us, when realistically, it's being pushed vertically away from us. This night vision footage helps to give a little more clarity into how the mirror is used in this trick. Number 8. As you saw in the previous example, a mirror is a very simple way to trick the mind. After all, magic is just smoke and mirrors, right? And there's another great example of a fun mirror trick that you all suggested. As you make your way through Dead Man's Cove on Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, you'll come across this mini scene with the octopus that was added in 2018. To mark your transition from Dead Man's Cove into the physical world of real pirates, a mirror is used to turn this skeleton into a pirate. Each side only has half a figure, and the mirror is placed in the center, hidden by this rope. The mirror reflects the half figure, which tricks you into thinking that it's a full figure that magically morphs into a human. Now, this example of reflection is easy to make out since it's at eye level, and the mirror is sort of visible. But there is one other example that we'll talk about later in the video that's much more effective. Number 7. The Haunted Mansion is home to 999 happy haunts. Many illusions, tricks, and lighting effects are used to create the ghoulish delights on the ride at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. One optical illusion used on the ride is what's known as the hollow face illusion. The spinning marble busts can be found in the queue at Disneyland and in the library scene on the ride at Magic Kingdom. Now, these busts appear to spin, with their eyes following you as you move past them. Although they look like convex figures like these busts in the outdoor queue at Magic Kingdom, they're actually concave and hollow. It's just a reverse negative impression of someone's face, sort of like a mask, so it curves inwards instead of outwards. This mold of Albert Einstein really demonstrates the effectiveness of the illusion. From the time we're babies, our brain is wired to recognize faces as being convex shapes. So when we're presented with a concave face, our brain is tricked into thinking we're seeing something we aren't. Lighting also plays a big part in this illusion. Lighting the faces from below reverses the detail's shading, allowing them to appear more like a convex face that's lit from above. Number 6. One of the most commonly used illusions found on Disney rides is the Pepper's Ghost effect. The ballroom scene of the Haunted Mansion is the most commonly talked about example, and it's actually one of the largest Pepper's Ghost setups there is. This simple yet effective illusion has been around since 1862. It was commonly used in stage setups, and it's all about using a piece of glass and reflection. The easiest way to understand how the illusion works is to look at any window. In these display windows, you see the reflection of the guests walking around the park, and this is pretty much the same concept as Pepper's Ghost. As your Doom Buggy travels along the ride track, there's a large pane of glass that extends 30 by 90 feet in front of the scene. Hidden above and below you, there are physical ghost animatronic figures painted with exaggerated colors, and they're all placed against black backdrops. When the figures are illuminated, their image is reflected onto the glass, and it creates a composite of ghostly spirits in the physical room in front of you. The same effect is used to make the blue fairy disappear on Pinocchio's Daring Journey at Disneyland. In this breakdown footage, it's much easier to see where the sheet of glass is, and if we back up, behind this wall is where the physical blue fairy figure is placed. Number 5. Other examples of the Pepper's Ghost effect can be found all over Disneyland and Walt Disney World. There's a couple different setups used to achieve the effect, and it all starts with a piece of glass on a 45-degree angle. Here's an example of the effect at play in a demo we set up. You can see how the image on the iPhone placed upside down projects right side up on the glass, creating this composite. The same idea flipped on its side is what allows the 5 missing elevator passengers on Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios to magically appear in the hallway. So right here, there's a piece of glass placed on a 45-degree angle. On the other side of this wall, there's an area where the hologram of the passengers is projected onto a mirror, which then reflects onto the glass. The effect is also used to allow the window to float forward, then shatter in the same scene. At Walt Disney World, you can also find the Pepper's Ghost effect used in the Seas Pavilion at Epcot. This is how the Finding Nemo characters are placed into the actual aquarium of the seas with Nemo and friends.
So much to discover! I've never seen before.
These two examples have the audience looking directly through the glass into the scene, but there's another setup used that involves a little more reflection. Number 4. Another way Pepper's Ghost is set up at the parks is by having the audience look at a mirror, which is reflecting the effect from the opposite side. This is how Winnie the Pooh floats away in his sleep on the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So what you're looking at in front of you is actually a mirror visible right here on the bottom. After you've passed the scene, take a look behind you and you'll see the physical room that's being illuminated and reflecting onto the mirror. In this image, you can also see the reflection of these honeypots in the mirror. Then right here at a 45-degree angle is the piece of glass used to carry out the Pepper's Ghost effect, allowing Winnie the Pooh to float away. Another example of the same setup is Randall in the bathroom scene of Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue at Disney California Adventure.
Race you to the scare floor.
Number 3. The last Haunted Mansion trick can only be found at Disneyland, and that's the Hatbox Ghost. This animatronic figure found its home on the attraction in May of 2015, and it uses a couple different illusions to create this Disney magic. So first, let's take a look at how his head disappears. Now, his face is projected, but the figure has an actual wig, so this will help us to identify what's happening. Pay attention to the hair on the right-hand side of his head as we bump up the brightness and play the clip in slow motion. When the face projection is switched off and his face is no longer illuminated, you can see the hair move and it's quickly lowered into his body. Now, how does the face make its way into this hollow and empty Hatbox? By using what appears to be the Pepper's Ghost effect. Think along the lines of that demo we showed you earlier with the iPhone. His face is projected into the middle of the Hatbox, giving it a three-dimensional shape. As for his hair, well, it appears to be illuminated by backlight from an LED screen. All of these elements together create a pretty impressive illusion, bringing this iconic animatronic character right to life. Number 2. The best mirror reflection illusion can be found on Journey into Imagination with Figment at Epcot. Once you make your way into the Sight Lab, you see this butterfly in a cage, and as your ride vehicle passes, it magically disappears. Well, hidden in the middle of the cage is a double-sided mirror. As you first approach the cage, half of a butterfly and a perch is reflected onto a mirror to make it appear as if it's a full butterfly. As your ride vehicle moves around the cage, an empty half perch on the other side is reflecting against another mirror, and that's how the butterfly seamlessly disappears. The lighting in this scene, as well as the fact that the cage is elevated above eye level, plays a big part into the effectiveness of this illusion. Number 1. One of the most impressive illusions can be found on Indiana Jones' Adventure at Disneyland. In the big final scene on the ride, there's the iconic Boulder Chase. The boulder rolls forwards as your ride vehicle moves backwards to avoid getting hit. Well, what if we told you that the boulder and the truck don't move at all, and it's the walls that actually move? That's right, the boulder is stationary but swivels in place as the walls move forward, giving the optical illusion that the boulder is moving forward. In this Disney After Dark news segment, it shows you exactly how the walls operate. Then in this night vision footage, it's easier to see what's happening while you're on the actual ride. Once you combine all these tricks with the dim lighting, you have one of the most convincing illusions in a Disney ride. So what's your favorite illusion or trick from a Disney ride? Either from this list or maybe one we didn't mention. I'd love to know. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you have any videos from the Disney parks that you'd like to share with us to be used in future videos, follow the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Click the TPM icon on the screen to subscribe to this channel, and check out some of these other videos which we're sure you'll like.